Ravens fan, did you know Marlon Humphrey doesn't let anything slide? Well, this time, he ran out of patience and fired a sharp response at the Bills, who couldn't stop provoking after defeating us in the playoffs. But here's the twist. They just lost to the Chiefs, and Humphrey didn't hold back. What exactly did he say? How did this message stir things up and bring the Ravens back into the spotlight? Stick around until the end, because this story will show you how the Ravens can turn this moment into an opportunity for next season. Let's go. Go Ravens. You know that frustration when your team stumbles on mistakes that could have been avoided? That's exactly what happened when the Ravens faced the Bills. Baltimore stepped onto the field, carrying the weight of a powerhouse roster, with no fewer than 9 players selected for the Pro Bowl. But they let the game slip through their fingers. 3 turnovers, a failed 2-point conversion that could have tied the game, and uncharacteristic errors all led to a narrow 27-25 loss. A score like that stings because it shows the team had the potential to win with just a bit more precision. The game itself was already tough to swallow, but what came after made it worse. Instead of celebrating their win, the Bills players chose to mock the Ravens. They made comments like, "Now those 9 players can go to the Pro Bowl," as if their accomplishments meant nothing. Imagine how that sounded to a team that knows its talent and effort on the field. Trash talk like that always hits a nerve, not just with the players, but with everyone who supports the team. These words carried even more weight because they came from a team that barely scraped by, capitalizing on rare mistakes from the Ravens. For many, the Bills' provocation seemed unnecessary and out of place, especially since they still had a tough playoff road ahead. Deep down, everyone knew it wouldn't take long for the Ravens to respond. And the best part? The Ravens didn't even need to step back on the field to deliver their comeback. When the Bills faced the Chiefs in the next round, it became clear that provocations come with consequences. That game turned the tables, setting the stage for Marlon Humphrey to step in and deliver a response no one expected. This is where things get a lot more interesting. When the Bills took on the Chiefs, all eyes were on them to see if they could back up their confidence from beating the Ravens. Instead, they crumbled under the pressure of facing Patrick Mahomes and company. In a high-stakes game, the Chiefs showcased why they're an NFL powerhouse, dominating the field and securing another playoff victory. For Ravens fans, it felt like justice was being served. This wasn't just an elimination for the Bills. It was a blow to their trash-talking bravado after beating Baltimore. Josh Allen gave it his all but couldn't keep up with the Chiefs' pace, leaving Buffalo eliminated and falling short of their Super Bowl dream. Those bold provocations from a week earlier suddenly seemed empty. It's a classic case of needing to back up your words on the field, and this time, the Bills fell short. Meanwhile, the Ravens watched from afar, and what could have been just another loss for Buffalo turned into a moment of poetic justice. The team and fans alike felt vindicated, as the Bills had dished out unnecessary trash talk after their win over Baltimore. That feeling of revenge, even without stepping onto the field, was sweet. Enter Marlon Humphrey, a player known for his competitiveness and sharp wit. With the Bills now knocked out, the opportunity for payback was too good to pass up. Humphrey, ever the master of timing and humor, didn't let this moment slip by. With a single tweet, he reignited the conversation and reminded everyone why the Ravens are not to be underestimated. If there's one thing Marlon Humphrey excels at besides playing football, it's delivering the perfect punchline on social media. After all the commotion caused by the Bills, it took just one simple tweet to put him and the Ravens back in the spotlight. Humphrey wrote after the Pro Bowl, "Maybe we can all enjoy Cancun. That's it. No long-winded explanation, just a short, sharp jab filled with sarcasm aimed squarely at the Bills." The tweet hit harder than it seemed at first glance. For those following the drama, it was a brilliant response to the Bills' mockery about the Ravens' 9 Pro Bowlers. Humphreys would effectively said, "Now we're all in the same boat." After all, both teams were eliminated, but Buffalo had the added embarrassment of talking big before being sent home. The post went viral almost instantly, sparking reactions from fans, players, and analysts alike. Everyone was talking about the cleverness of Humphrey's response and how perfectly it encapsulated what Ravens fans had been feeling. He didn't just defend the team's pride. He made sure the whole NFL world noticed. In doing so, Humphrey cemented his role as a leader both on and off the field. While the Bills were left licking their wound, the Ravens used the moment to remind everyone of their strength and resilience. Now, the focus shifts to the future and how the team can channel this energy into something even greater next season. Well, we've covered a lot in this video, but before we go further, I notice you haven't hit that like button yet. It's free and really helps the channel grow, so I can keep bringing you Ravens content. go ahead and smash that like button now, alright? Let's continue. The Ravens season may not have ended as many had hoped, but no one can deny that the team has a solid foundation to come back even stronger. The loss to the Bills and the taunts that followed serve as fuel for the next year. With a roster boasting 9 Pro Bowlers, the talent is clearly there. Now, the focus is on fine-tuning the details to turn that talent into a dominant playoff performance. One of the team's greatest strengths is Lamar Jackson, who is increasingly solidifying his status as one of the best quarterbacks in the league. With him leading the offense, the chances of success are always high. Moreover, players like Marlon Humphrey, who shine both on and off the field, show that the team has the right personality to overcome adversity and use moments like this to grow. The Ravens know the road to the Super Bowl is not easy, but they have all the necessary pieces to compete at the highest level. The key now is to learn from their mistakes and use the criticism and taunts as motivation. The Bills' trash talk, which seemed so bold, crumbled after their elimination, but Baltimore can turn this story into a turning point. This overcoming mentality is what defines great NFL team. What's left for the Ravens is to prove they can go further and show that the talk about their talent is not just empty words. To do that, having players like Marlon Humphrey is essential because he doesn't just talk, he delivers results. If there's one player who embodies a Raven spirit, it's Marlon Humphrey. He's not just one of the best cornerbacks in the league. He's also a leader who knows how to inspire and motivate. His response to the Bills, with that straightforward and sarcastic tweet, showed that he understands the importance of standing up for the team, even off the field. It's this kind of attitude that makes a difference, especially when the team needs to bounce back. On the field, Humphrey is known as a complete player. Not only does he excel in covering receivers, but he's also a physical presence that intimidates opponents. Off the field, he uses his voice to unite the team and send important messages, whether to fans or rivals. The combination of talent and leadership makes him a key piece of the Ravens roster. Additionally, Humphrey is a type of player who turns taunts into motivation. His response to the Bills wasn't just a joke. It was a statement that the Ravens have personality and won't tolerate disrespect. This mentality is exactly what the team needs to come back stronger next season. With players like him leading the charge, the Ravens have everything they need to turn this year's lessons into fuel for a stronger campaign. And with the next season approaching, there's no doubt Baltimore is ready to make some noise again. The Bills talk, but it was Marlon Humphrey who had the last word, delivering a response so sharp that it made this rivalry even more interesting. This kind of attitude shows that even after an elimination, the Ravens remain strong and ready to come back even better. Now, it's up to the team to turn this competitive spirit into results on the field next season. So, what do you think of Humphrey's response? Was it spot on, or should he have let it go? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to stay updated on everything about the Raven. Let's gear up for an exciting new season.